here. Let's stay here and wait for it to come out.
Interesting.
Yeah, he can do miracles when he wants to, but they don't happen that often when it comes to walking. Yeah. And he's so silly when he's lazy, because he just wants to hang out and see if something happens in the neighborhood.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
might as well.
Yeah, nice people, other doggies, cars. He loves cars. He will sit in the middle of the street wagging his tail waiting to get picked up. And the funny thing is that he gets picked up when we go in because he looks so cute. So people ask, oh, you can have a ride. And we've done that twice. And now he thinks he can get that done every time.
That's awesome. Here she comes.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Good
to see you.
I like a nice and early guest. That's always good.
Freighter drifts through space.
Running my
I'm
ads.
sorry, I'm munching here just before we start.
Anna
So
and I are just
Another ship comes in.
BSing a little bit. How are you?
Sci-fi. I thought
Great. No, fantastic. I'm so excited.
Did we?
Fantastic.
That's
yeah,
cool.
thank you for being here. Yeah.
Of
The smell
course.
of
Thank you guys
smoke
for having me.
hurtles in
You
your
guys are giving me
nostrils.
2
Also,
hours
I
to
thought we were
talk.
prepping
You know.
for
That's
so.
exactly
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Plus, it's a role play in a couple
All right,
weeks,
here's what
right?
we're doing.
We
In
got a lot
Figure
going on,
3700,
so
humanity's elite fled to other
Gonna be
planets
fun.
long
So
ago,
excited.
taking with them
Yeah.
all forms of advanced
Yeah.
technology.
So,
Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools
did you
as
have
weird
any,
phenomena plague
seminars of
abandoned
Anna last
nuclear
year at
sites.
Gabbin?
Witnesses report seeing glowing
say that
lights
again?
and the dead
Did you have
rising
any?
from their
I'm sorry, I
graves.
know we're
Amidst
talking
the
of our
chaos,
ads, which
three
is our
strangers
shtick.
will meet in a dim bar.
Yeah.
Did
A
you
veteran
have
zombie
any
slayer, a
seminars
disgraced
of Anna
general out
last
for
year?
revenge, and a
I
space
know you had a whole
mercenary sent to
series of seminars
investigate
at
the
GaryCon.
Pelicans. Now describe
Remember I
your
was in
character.
one of yours.
No, I don't think we
Tiffany?
haven't been
Yeah.
on a seminar together or
Okay,
anything.
yeah,
No, I
they
don't
were.
think
Okay.
so, yeah.
But you might have had lots of cool seminars to talk
So you
about.
did. You had
stuff.
like 6 or
Yeah.
7 last year at GaryCon.
Yeah, and I have about the same this
boy.
year. Yeah. So I don't know if we're on any together though. I'll have to check.
Well,
because I'm
Garner
moderating.
Garner threw me on one late last year. He did. So
Yes.
he
Yeah.
he didn't ask me yet this year. So I'm not sure if if there's a spot that fits in my schedule. I mean, they're normally only about an hour, right? So
Yeah.
I can do that, no problem. If you remember, I was about passed out at the one last year. I was so freaking tired.
Yeah, I know. Oh man, that was like right before your surgery too. Like you
Yep.
were really headed to surgery that later that week. I
Yeah,
think.
it was rough. That's all passed so far. Literally, I was out shoveling snow and ice for an hour and a half today. And I
Oh my
survived.
God.
Yeah,
See?
Yeah. Crazy.
it is.
Yeah.
The Northeast.
Does my sound and my light?
Everything's great.
Yeah, your sound is good.
A
Yep,
story
sound is
Perfect.
excellent. And
I always worry about.
I should
that.
maybe do this because
No,
it's
you're
starting
fine.
when it start getting dark. So yeah,
Shut up.
but this is might be too washed out. We'll see. I'll turn them on when it gets really dark. So yeah, there we go. Yeah,
The tree
I have big windows on the other side of the
Oh.
monitor. So daytime I don't need to have them, but it's starting to set here a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dark here. Like it's pitch black out.
Is your Tiffany, is your time zone central?
Those
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
will never
So where are you? In
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. You're not far from the festivities at GaryCon and do
Ah.
game hall. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
drive in and out to those shows.
Wow.
yeah, me it's a 5-hour flight. I'm in Southern California. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
How
Wow,
many
it's
Wait a minute.
early for you then over by you, Anna.
Oh, it is nice and yeah, it's about 72, 73 degrees. So it's California winter. It's just around 60 at night. Well, we actually had a cold morning with 45 degrees, one of the coolest. But daytime is still usually about 70. We had 80 like when I got back home from Philly. That was like 25 there or something, and I got home and it was 82, sunny. Yeah.
Wade,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not,
nice.
Wade, I'm not doing Genghis Khan. No, in fact, thank God I'm not doing Genghis Khan that weekend. That's the weekend of our 8th annual St. Jude fundraiser.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you going to that?
No, I am being flown out to Genghis Khan
So you are
by
going there.
Chaos. Yeah,
Cool.
it was last minute. They were like, we want you out there because I'm working with them.
Right.
On a secret project, and so they're like, we're
Good.
doing some teaser stuff out there, and so they were like, we want you out here to be part of it.
Cool.
So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Getting to finally tease this project we've been working on for months.
That's great.
Yeah, well, we tease projects all the time, Jay and me. So whether we should,
Yeah,
or
even
not.
though we're under an NDA,
We
can't
tease
keep
them
our
anyway.
mouths shut.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're dumb. Well, I am at least.
No, but also because they've been teased before
Excitement.
we
Yeah,
got the
there's a lot of
NDA
excitement.
signed, so they
Yeah.
got teased.
Hey,
long
then that's
before that.
fine. The NDA
Yeah.
was signed.
Too much. There's a lot going on. Just so much going on.
Yeah.
I'd love to go out there, but it's just that's the weekend every year we do our St. Jude fundraiser. We got to raise a lot of money this year. I mean, to surpass last year, we did $32,000 last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Incredible.
I got like we'll talk about that at the end of the show. I got like 10
Yeah.
channels already participating. So
Yeah, it's
it runs 4 days. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a fun time.
I think we surpassed well over 100,000 now.
Yes,
What is
yes,
it, 6,
well
7
over
years or something?
$100,000. Yep.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I got to do the social thing real fast.
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
Please do. All right, let's see what we got here. I'm just waiting to do all my shout-outs here. Hey, what's up, Alex? Death to Ming. That's funny there, Josh. Oh, so is Tiffany a minion of yours, Josh Pop, or not? That's my question. I'd say she's not.
I am.
I know you are, Anna. So we're just joking
Yeah.
around. Josh Pop.
But no, I don't think do you help volunteer and help out at GaryCon? So I don't think you do.
Yeah, well, it was 7 seminars. I'd say yes.
Oh, are you
Oh,
talking to me? Sorry, I had you.
Yeah, we're
muted.
just babbling. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
we're going back and forth all the time. So yeah, no, we have
POV,
Josh
I
Pop.
had
He's
30
the
minutes
operation.
before my
He's
session.
Oh, yeah.
one of the head honcho
Exactly.
for
He's
GaryCon.
on Twitch now. Zarathon
Yeah,
is
I
so,
grabbed
on.
my
so
ready,
we
set,
we
encounter box,
we
and
always
boom,
joke and say,
everything
but
I
that
needed for an
if you
epic
help out,
session.
then
Adventure
you're
hooks,
Josh
map
Minions,
tiles,
and I'm a
loot
Josh
tables,
Minion.
stat
So
blocks and miniatures,
Yeah.
all ready to go. My players still think
I'm a
I spent hours
proud
planning
Josh
our
Minion.
great
You're
Yeah.
proud
dragon
Josh
encounter.
Minion.
Yes,
a
I
busy
love
dungeon
Josh
master,
Pop so
get ready, set,
much.
encounter
I like
is
how
awesome.
stoic
Yeah.
he
Kickstarter.
is. I know
Yeah.
that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I genuinely
I had
love
30 minutes before
someone
my
who can be
campaign group
pure
showed up,
stoic
and I
like
was
Josh.
totally
Well, yeah, that's
It's
an
I grabbed my
understatement.
ready
Yeah.
set encounter
Because
box
then,
and boom,
then when you get
everything
him to
I needed
smile,
for
which
an
I
epic
have on
session.
a few
Adventure hooks,
occasions,
map
you're
tiles,
just
loot
you feel
tables, stat blocks
rewarded.
and miniatures,
Yep.
all ready to go.
Yeah, you
My
set a
players
low
still think I
baseline,
spent
and
hours
that way
planning
you
our
can
great dragon
you don't have to
encounter.
be that
If you're a
generous.
busy
Yeah.
dungeon
Just mention my
master,
name
get
around
ready,
him.
set,
He'll
encounter,
smile, then
live
he'll
now
shake
on
his head.
Kickstarter.
So
Yeah, 100%.
that's exactly what will happen. So if you want to maximize my screen in your Zoom, that way you see exactly what's going on in Twitch. That's normally what I tell my players when they're playing in games and all. But yeah, so you can always just pin it just to get the wide views. I'll handle. If you're not in chat, I'll handle all the chat stuff.
Yeah, well, you can just pop out chat, put that in a
Yeah, you
window,
can
and
also
then
pop
kill
out
off the
chat on
video.
Twitch, too.
Okay, so you want me to just pin the Twitch screen?
Well, you can. No. So if you want to see like what's going on in the broadcaster here better, because it's small, the size of all three of you, you can pin it, and that'll make that larger, make you and Anna's picture
Yeah.
smaller.
So what
than
we see in
yours.
Zoom for
Yeah,
Jay
it
is
was
the
live,
is the Twitch feed. So,
Yeah,
so
Gotcha.
and it's live
yeah.
with,
Josh
without
is
any
great.
delays.
I know Josh is great, Sparky. I'm just kidding. I'm always just kidding. I am
Christine
always
is,
just
yep.
kidding. So, all right. Here we go. Look, we're gonna come on a few minutes early because no one will care, right? Audience, yeah. We're rolling in already. Things are rolling. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'm gonna set the giveaway up. One button, boom. It's done. Right.
You had the happiest website I've seen in forever.
What, Red Rose?
Yeah.
Red Rose works? Yeah. Right. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. We do I do smile a lot. I actually have smile more tattooed on my arm.
Oh
There you
wow.
go. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
kill them with kindness.
Happiness is a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think a positive attitude can change anything. I genuinely believe that. And I think kindness is one of the hardest things to be in this world, and so it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength to be kind. And so I think you have to be very intentional. And so I try to put that out into the world, because if I'm kind, that encourages the next person to be kind.
Absolutely.
Yep.
To pay it forward,
100%.
Yep.
1 second here. I'm sending one quick message to someone, and then I will go live. Because we are early still, but yeah, we'll go live. We are live now. I mean, they can hear that. They can hear us.
Yeah, they can hear, but they can't see us yet. So
we're just teasing them.
Exactly.
Yes,
We're
it's our
just
shtick.
babbling for half an hour before it starts. That's what we usually do. Yeah.
And usually you get like when Ed Greenwood's on, it's a little more colorful in the background speech, like last week.
Oh, I love Ed so much.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
he's
really
awesome.
We tried to get him to go to Page, we couldn't, but you know, Anna was on her plane right back, and I got home, you know, early from Page, so it's only 40 minutes away from my house. So Ed and I were on like 3.5 hours last week, and he was just, of course, you know, let's say some stuff. Live, coming live. Here we go. Hey, welcome everyone. Another Gabbin. Anna was away last week, flying back from Page, so we said we had Ed on. Got a very special guest who was at Page. Super cool person, Tiffany Rose Nickel. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Of course,
I'm
of course.
excited.
It's gonna be a fun discussion, and that is
yeah.
And of course now Josh Pop is texting me. Of course. Yeah.
We teased him enough. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna put something here because I'm trying to. Yes. There you go. There you go. You can come up with an idea, dude. Yeah. Funny. So you got some wonderful things. By the way, the giveaway, we're going to do like a Troller Games gift certificate, but here's Tiffany's first book, and we're going to give this away too. I will send it wherever in the continental U.S., okay? We're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. A couple of your questions. We're very, what's the word, Anna? Easygoing when it comes to these interviews.
Oh yeah,
we're not
very easy going.
Yeah.
It's
just gonna be a fun discussion.
And Gabbin, we have on Wednesdays we have what we call Legends of Limora show, when we talk about Greyhawk more specifically. But on Gabbin, it's anything TTRPG related. Yeah,
anything goes. It doesn't get me a 30-day ban on Twitch. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's right. When
I think we've been close. Yeah, that's been close.
Yeah, we will follow TOS.
So let's see. We've bumped into each other now at 2 cons, right? And I was on one of your panels last year. I think it was about publishing. Was it about publishing?
It was about marketing.
Marketing. You're right. Marketing.
Yeah.
Yes. See. Sorry. Josh is always behind the times. Okay. Text from Josh. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You should get her to play in your game.
Yeah.
Josh,
you're already nailing it.
It's already taken care of, Josh.
Yeah, you're nailing it. You're surpassing Josh's expectations. It's fantastic.
I took care of that, Josh. So there you go. How come Tiff blew us off at convention for playing D&D?
I did not, Josh. I did not do that. That is not true. You would respond like 3-4 hours after I messaged you about if you were doing something.
Josh is always so busy at those things, and I feel bad for him and all, but I really don't, because you, just like someone said to me when you started streaming, you brought this on yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so by the way, so we have Tiffany Rose Nickel, or on the books TR Nickel. So why don't you tell everyone about yourself and how things came to be? You know, as a writer and everything you're into. Yeah,
the origin story.
The origin story, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I will give you the full lore of Tiffany Rose Nickel.
Please, definitely.
She. I have to talk third person because we're talking lore now. So I started writing since I could. I've been writing. It started with poems, and I still have the tiny little yellow memo pad that I wrote in back in 2nd grade. And I've been just doing it ever since. I've written countless novels, but it wasn't up until I played a little game called Dungeons and Dragons that things actually started to make a change. So Zalia, who's the first character in book 1, Light of Evanora, of my Legends of Limora series, she was my first ever D&D character. So I created this entire background for her, and I didn't get to finish her story in the campaign. It ended early. And so, as devastated as I was, and as obsessive and intense of a creator I am, I spent 5 years building out a world just so I could write her story. And
Wow.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I'm a big history buff, and like I'm a big old nerd when it comes to the little minute details and building out magic systems. And I studied alchemy and paganism and Christianity and every other religion you could imagine while creating my world, so I could like create these different cults and belief systems and create my own pantheon. And you know, I just dug into it. And over the course of those 5 years, the rest of the legends were born, and I realized that I was writing much more than just her story. And it was part of the inspiration to publish this story. I had written many books prior with no intention of ever publishing them, just because it's like what I need to do to breathe. And when I realized that this was a story that I could share and wanted to share, I then deep dived into the world of publishing, and came to the conclusion that indie was the way to get it into people's hands the fastest and into my own. And from there on, I met countless others, other authors, and I was a marketer in my past life. And so it kind of helped build my career in the industry as a marketer for other authors. And that's how I met my business partner, Jerry Red Shepherd, who she started developing Dungeon Race RPG, and which is a faction raced game system where we take book worlds and we turn them into playable game settings. But the core mechanics, are all about bringing factions and teaming. Essentially that dynamic of multi-world kind of collision course. She brought me on to do the branding for that after being a marketer for her for a year. And then she brought me in as co-owner and developer of that system. And we created Red Rose Works, where I'm Rose and she's Red, and together we work, you know?
Beautiful. And we'll go to this site multiple times tonight,
Mhm.
I'm assuming, but just so you know, I have it all linked ready and we can discuss your site here. All right, so we're
Yeah.
good. We'll go over some of the things that you have to offer, which would be really cool. It sounds like you got a nice niche here. So you're taking. Thank you, Michael Z. You're taking existing books and do campaign setting for them.
Yeah. So
Oh,
the
that's
first
that's
one,
that's cool.
yeah, the first one is Earth After the Melt, which is based off of Jerry's hard sci-fi world, where the world is essentially underwater and most people live on city ships. And each of these city ships are part of different factions. And, you know, like any faction, there's a lot of tension of, you know, this is where we rule, this is where we rule. And it's just like a dystopian post-apocalyptic world where essentially the world's already ended, and people are just surviving in it. And so there's, you know, outer space and colonists, and you know, like it's all the fun crazy sci-fi things.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be that guy, but I will. No Kevin Costner, right? No
Oh
Waterworld.
yeah.
No
Yeah.
smokers. Yeah, I'm just kidding. It's just
Yeah.
yeah, but that's cool. That's a cool idea. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's a big fan of The Expanse, so it
Oh, The
was like,
Expanse is awesome. Yeah,
yeah, so
beautiful.
it's super gritty, and, you
Yeah.
know, and it really hits that hard technological sci-fi side of things.
Rocinante. Yep.
Mhm.
No,
Yeah.
really, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, and through doing that together, I had my own baby in the works of one-page dice dungeons, which was essentially anyone could pick this up and play. We made building in a character, all of the mechanics, how to run it as a GM, all on a singular page. And it was so that it took out the intimidation, right? You don't need a thick book in order to, you know, play a game. You could pick it up and in 10 minutes you're running it. And
Nice.
so together we developed a different system for every single die. And then we also wrote a bunch of different game settings that were agnostic, so you could play them with any of those game systems or any ones that you already enjoy. And so it was
Awesome.
really just a pick up and play type of system. And yeah, since then I've also written for countless other companies like Chaosium, Luke Gygax and his Okram World, Arpex with 66 Studios, Nordic Skulls, Xcrawler. I've worked with a bunch of different names all over the industry, and still help out on the publicist and marketing side on an occasion too, like for Dungeon Damsel and their most recent Kickstarter they're doing.
Well, it sounds like you were
Wow.
extremely busy, which is
Mhm.
fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great
Mhm.
to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did that's a shame because when a campaign ends, there's nothing worse than not knowing the end of the story or having the story continue to a point where you get to retirement or character passes, whatever happens, right? Just so at
But
least you know.
yeah,
So,
but you took that and made something awesome
right.
from it, so to speak. You took your own
Yeah.
character's fate in your own hands and then made something out of it. I think that's amazing. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
long did that? Oh, good.
I was just gonna say it was too intense. Like I love the Adamina clan, which was the her entire backstory was this group of bounty hunters that lived in the trees. And I essentially wanted the Ewok village, but like as archers and
What
bounty
game?
hunters.
Yeah, what game were you playing? What game was
Who's D&D?
the what?
Sounds
It
like
was
Yeah, sorry.
it was in third edition.
3rd edition.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yeah.
How long ago was
It's
that?
not okay. It's a great edition.
was
It's a
that?
third edition is a great edition.
No, it's not, Anna. Sorry. I'm just kidding. And
Oh yes,
I
it
will do
is.
edition wars. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding,
Yes.
Dale. I'm kidding anyone else out there. I play 1E, 2E. So, but
Mhm.
so how long did that campaign run for?
It ran for about 2 months
Okay. Okay.
and ended abruptly, and I
Nice.
was angry. I was like,
Mhm.
I spent 3 weeks developing this backstory
Yeah.
for this character, and I was, like, invested, and I was like, "What do you mean? No, the GM no longer is going to run this game." I was like, "I need to know what happens." Like,
That's a shame.
who yeah, and I was too intense with her. Like, I put too much emotional investment, I
Mhm.
would say, into this
Right.
character.
There's a lot of that, yeah,
Um,
and that can be that could be rough, especially if it's like one of the first times you're playing and you get disappointed by it. I can
yeah.
understand that. That could really leave a bad taste in your mouth. And then you're
Mhm.
like, oh, do I want to try it with some other group or down the road? And just that would be a problem. Absolutely. So you played that, and then did you not play any more D&D after that? Did you play some other game systems, or we just started getting so busy at that point?
Well, Call of Cthulhu was actually my first
Okay.
RPG I ever played, in high school, and it wasn't until years later that I actually played Dungeons& and Dragons. I thought, "This is gonna be terrible, and I apologize, but there is an assumption about the community that plays Dungeons& and Dragons," and I thought
Mhm.
that community was not made for someone like me.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until I watched Critical Role in their first season, back when they were still in Geek and Sundry,
Hmm.
that I realized that Dungeons& and Dragons was for a very wide variety of individuals.
Oh yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I started to find groups and go to game stores and do things like that and kind of explore that world. So I actually met my longest running GM at a game store. She just was like, I was looking at different maps and she goes, "Oh, this one's actually really good." And we just started chit chatting. And then she was like, "Do you want to play a game?" And
Cool.
I hopped in, and I that campaign ran for, I think we did it for 6 years.
Great.
So, yeah.
That's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Initial question, Anna.
No, I'm just like, what games do you still play? All sorts of D&D. Well, you play
Mhm.
sci-fi and a lot of genres, but what are your current favorite games, so to speak, that you want to keep digging into and play?
Yeah, I would say Well, my own systems I've been playing a lot of because I run them at conventions and things like that. There will always be a spot in my heart for Call of Cthulhu and 5e, because those are the systems that I think really shaped me. But I've been really enjoying digging into RuneQuest, which is,
Oh,
because
wow.
I've been looking into it. So it's actually been like really fun to see just how intense these like a game system can become, and it's been very enjoyable actually. It feels overwhelming at first, I will tell you, when you first open a book, but it's more digestible honestly when you actually start to play it, and it
Yeah.
becomes really easy to it's just if you want to memorize all the lore.
Right.
That's the intense
Okay.
part, but I kind of am a sucker for that.
Yeah. Now I need to later on. I need to pick your brain a lot about your game systems and what
Yeah.
brought you
Yeah.
into game
Definitely.
design and stuff like
100%.
that. That's yeah. We need to talk the whole second hour. We should devote to that. Yeah. Yeah.
RuneQuest has been around a long time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Absolutely.
It's almost as old as D&D.
Well,
Late
Mhm.
70s. Yeah.
did Chaosium own it from initial, or did they buy it? I forget.
No, I think they owned it from the start.
Owned it
Yes,
from the
from
start?
what I
Okay.
understand. Yep.
Okay.
Because I remember I saw it in our game store back in Sweden where I grew up when we started playing D&D. They had RuneQuest in there and Tunnels and Trolls as well. And that was in the about 1980, 81. Yeah. I never played Tunnels and Trolls. It looked too silly for me in a lot of descriptions, but we played a little bit of RuneQuest.
I don't think Tiffany was even born in 1980, 81.
I know.
No.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm older than you, Jay. So yeah.
Thanks, Anna.
Yeah. I always have to remember Jay about that. He keeps
Yeah.
referring to his age, and I'm a couple of years older than him. So yeah. Yeah.
It's getting up there. Have you ever played old school 1E, 2E?
I have played
Okay.
See?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Tiffany,
actually
you're an
played it-
expert. You're
Yeah,
a
I
veteran. You
played
played
it-
everything. Yep.
Yes. Well, I feel like the best way to design something is by playing everything. The only game system I haven't really dug into that's really big right now is Daggerheart. I have looked up some of their mechanics systems because I've heard they're really unique, but I haven't had a chance to like actually play in it or,
Then
run
you're like
around.
me. I've downloaded the test document. I've bought the PDF of the book, and I've studied it a little bit, but I haven't played it yet either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who DM'd for you, if I may ask you, 1E, 2E? Someone at the convention?
Yeah. It was at a convention. I apologize to the individual who ran this. I don't remember their name.
That's okay.
I got
Here comes
pulled
GaryCon
in.
Live reading in. There you go.
Hello, welcome.
Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Thanks a lot. Thank you, GaryCon Live. Good to see you. We've got Tiffany on, who will be at GaryCon soon with all of us. So
Yes,
I'll put your shout out here. It's going to be a blast. There you go. Good to see you all. Yeah, so I'm sorry. That's having some raids coming on Twitch, So
I love that.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
That's always fun.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of sound effects and all sorts of visual aids and stuff going on. So you don't remember the DM? That's okay. I was gonna say, was it like at GaryCon, Zeb Cook or someone like that?
It was not anyone I recognize. It was someone who just was a big fan of the system.
Good.
Yeah, and yeah, no, it was really fun. I was a monk. I was like a level, I think I was 18 monk. And we were going after a dragon.
Okay.
So it was a very long game, but we found a way to essentially maximize our efforts. I had an orb. I think they're called the Orb of Protection.
Yeah, it was probably a cube of force or something like that, right? It puts a shield around you.
Because anytime you hit a dragon, it hits you right back. And so I was being tossed because I was a brownie. So I was being tossed back and forth by the fighter and the pallet, like by the fighter and the barbarian, and just thrown at this dragon anytime it reappeared. And then I would because I'm 18, I could do like, I don't know, like 8 hits a turn.
Right. Also, you can fall an infinite amount of distance and not take any damage as a monk.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it was like, I would do like 200 damage every round.
Oh my gosh.
And because I had that protection, I wouldn't take the backlash of hitting the dragon. And so it was just like it became this game of just whack-a-mole.
That's okay. I mean, I'm not going to throw a dragon against you first time you play with me because you're going to be like 3rd or 4th level.
It was fun. It was really
Yeah.
fun. Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind kicking the butt of a red dragon.
That's very cool. So, all right, you got some experience there, 1E, 2E, and played a lot of
Yeah.
different. So you haven't played Daggerheart. You played Shadow Dark, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
Um,
and Shadowrun.
Okay. Oh, Shadowrun. Wow.
Yeah.
That's an interesting game.
I love lore. I love the lore of Shadowrun.
It's interesting.
I think it's a really cool setting. The mechanics I never quite got 100%.
Yeah,
there were some like unique little things about it. Yeah.
Roll 20 dice 6. What? Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't grasp 100%, but it never detracted from the game though, really. Because it was still a good story and like it was still fun to play. And that's to me that's the real grit of, a GM is no matter the game system, can you tell a good story? And I think that's what matters most. Are the people enjoying it?
Exactly.
Is Shadowrun still using the Seattle cyberpunk setting, or do they have?
They do all over. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a Japan, like they also go into Japan and like other Asian countries all over America. Yeah, it's grown out a lot, which is really cool. Because it is a really cool premise and setting where like you're in this post-apocalyptic world, but with like fae.
Orcs,
yeah.
People just start changing race and when the changeover happens. Yeah, it's interesting. That's FASA. FASA used to own BattleTech, and I guess they shipped it off over to Catalyst. But I was in that seminar with Rem, right?
Yes, you were. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, they were a part of that one.
Yeah, definitely. So, Lucy Wolf says she's under the weather and she's from Sweden, Anna.
Oh,
so
yeah.
there you go.
Welcome, Lucy Wolf.
There you go.
We have to wish her a special welcome to the fellow Swede. That's awesome.
Well, that's
Hope
good.
You feel better soon. Yeah.
Got a full background on games.
Yeah. I'm just a big old nerd. That's just
we're all here are nerds. So you'll fit right in. No worries on that. That is wonderful. All right. So what year first published book? Was this 3 years? 3 years ago?
2021 was when that got
right, COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was so I actually finalized and essentially got everything set up in 2020. I was on lockdown. So I had gotten on a plane. Okay, I have a crazy COVID story. I won't get into it because it's horrifying. Because I didn't know what COVID was at the time of when I went in and they thought I did have it. And it was a full day of essentially under like they were like, we need to quarantine. I thought I had the zombie virus. I thought
oh my gosh.
You ran into the hospital without knowing much about COVID during COVID.
Did you have the flu?
Yeah. I just was sick. And I was forced to go in to get a doctor's note at the time. And and it had like this weird new sheet that I'd never seen before asking if I had contact with anyone from China. And I go, you know what? Last week I did actually. They came from Beijing saying that they had to leave the country because they were shutting down China. And I thought that was real. I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. And so I like started like checking off all these things. And like one thing led to another. And I was escorted to the major hospital in Wisconsin and forced to take all these tests because I apparently checked all the symptoms.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't. That's crazy.
I didn't have it. But they definitely did their due diligence.
So, do you know Lee Scheidel? He's one of the volunteers at Gary County. He had, so he was supposed to be a page. He had COVID and
he also
strep.
had the jaw. Yeah, and he had his jaw thing recently too.
Oh gosh. Man. Yeah. COVID and strep, and he couldn't make it. So, I was looking for him to coming out here, but I didn't see him at Gary Con. He was sick at Gary Con last year too.
He was sick at Gary. Yeah. I mean, he works hard. He wears himself down.
Oh yeah, he's like you. He really, really works hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So.
Yep.
All right, so you have 3
Yeah.
books out so far, correct? Out of the 5, it's a 5-book series?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I think I have 10 titles total,
Okay.
with my name accredited. But in the series, there's only the 3 that are out currently, and then 4 and 5 are planned to come out this year.
By the way, if you're on the Twitch chat and you say the word total, I have a South Jersey accent and I say turtle and there's a turtle
Yeah.
emote that's gonna come up. So
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
yeah,
Now we
there
heard you.
Bella's
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so just
Mhm.
note. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
That
amazing.
damn Philly South
Mhm.
Jersey accent. Yeah.
Yep. It's
So
one
Yeah.
of the jokes around here.
yeah,
It's
the big
so
jokes. There
funny.
they
Yep.
go. There they all go. So
Turtle emote.
all
Yep.
right, that's great. Let's go here. Let's go to your site. Why don't we do that here? All right. So Red Rose Games, right? Um,
Yeah.
are your books all in one place here? Let's see here. We got before we go to the one-page dungeons. About
Yeah. So, yeah, my books, you can find them on my site,
that's it. That's
trnichols.com.
it. All right, let me go there.
Yeah.
Let me go there first then. Thank you. Too much. You're too busy.
I got too much, yeah.
That's
That's why I
awesome.
go by a few different names. So it's Tiffany Rose Nickel, TR Nickel, or
There you go.
Rose. Um, 'cause
Anyone can
people know.
be a legend. I love it. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your character. Come on. We
Yeah.
want to know the background. We want to know what makes you tick, everything. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you. So one of the
Yeah.
things that I love to do with all of my characters is I essentially like I build out character sheets for each of them. To like the best of my ability, but then I also do interviews with my characters. So I will record myself answering questions to a fake Jimmy Kimmel, um, to myself as if I'm in that character to help ensure that I'm in their headspace as I write. Because I write first person,
Okay.
um, present tense.
Okay.
So I'm actively being that person as I'm writing.
Beautiful.
I call, yeah.
One thing, Bella just got the book, and by the way, you're going to be doing the session 0 with Bella. Well, I'll show you a picture of her shortly. But she's like, I don't want any spoilers, so spoiler if you can spoiler free it.
It will be
Okay.
spoil free because
Okay.
I don't want to spoil my book for anybody.
Okay.
It's the journey that that makes it worth a read. So, I will say I write where Wes Allen actually was like so excited about the books because in my world, it's more pre-apocalyptic than it is just pure fantasy, even though it's a high fantasy novel,
Okay.
like series, is because you live in a world of magic and there's 4 different magic systems in which that exist. And there's all the goddesses that have created and maintained the balance and order of things. But the whole setting of this world is that the doorways to the goddesses have closed. And so magic is dying in the world. And it's referred to as the reduction. And so the whole world is kind of in this area of what's going to happen when it runs out. And so all of the like all the traditional races are there. You have like your humans, your orcs, your gnomes, your dwarves, but you don't have an abundance of elves. You don't have fairies or, like any of those fantastical races.
Okay.
Those don't exist in this world.
Okay.
And that's because 500 years prior to the beginning of book 1, one of the doorways essentially ripped open and the realms began to merge between the realm of the goddess and the realm of Limoria. And to essentially ensure that that never happened again, the ancestry war broke out. And so people were any race that wasn't deemed of this realm was essentially forced back through their own doorways, and the doorways were sealed forever. At least that's what they think.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah, so that's like the world of Limoria. And so it's fun in the sense that you get some of that fun traditional things of fantasy, but what it's really about is the character's journey in this world. where magic is dying, and they're dealing with these conflicts that us as everyday humans also endure, but with just some fantasy-esque and chosen one type of tropes thrown in there. So some people, I actually purposely got an editor and publisher that aren't traditionally fantasy. They're actually fiction based. So that way, when they were going through this book, they ensured that it made it feel real versus highly fantastical. And so, yeah.
Might
So
be smart if you want to reach a wider audience than just fantasy freaks, so to speak, or nerds.
Yeah. Well, I want anyone to be able to pick up this book and be able to fall into the lives of these individuals. And so it still has some like magic and fantasy and things like that, but it anyone, and I've had a lot of non-fantasy lovers read my stuff, and now they're branching into the fantasy genre because this was a very easy walk into that genre because it isn't overbearing.
So you said that
you don't have to be.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go.
I was going to say you don't have to be a connoisseur of magical systems and stuff like that in order to get into it.
Correct. Yeah, I may be one, and there's 5,000 years of history.
Yeah.
I've written, and magic has changed over the course of those, centuries. But where we are in this timeline, magic is very much on its last leg, and so people are trying to.
Now you have to come up with a way of introducing it back in again.
Well, you never know what'll happen there.
Or tweaking it. There could be another side to magic, or you never know, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, here's okay, good. I'm
sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say that. I was like,
Please, it's okay.
One of the cool things is because I have all that time, I actually do have short stories where I go back in time thousands of years where you get to see.
That is cool.
Yeah, what magic used to be like. And so there's different time periods in this world. And my publishers are currently trying to convince me of a second series where we see a different time era of Limora and in a different view.
I'm going to zap you back here on something I'm doing in Greyhawk.
Yeah.
So 2 summers ago, I ran a 24-hour stream, but it was in the past. So I ran a series called Hateful War Scenarios. It was like 120 years previously to what the campaign would start. We had Ed Greenwood played, a lot of my streamers played, and everyone played an ancestor character, an existing character in the campaign. And it was awesome. And we just ran 3 different scenarios over that 24-hour period. I was freaking exhausted at the end, and right now I was passing out on stream. Tim and I was. But
I logged in when they've been at it for like 16 to 18 hours or something, and they looked like there were zombies. They were sitting there. It was hilarious.
That's a great idea. Because people want to know, like, I'll give you another thing. This new Hunger Games movie is coming out with Hamish and stuff, from that second quarter qual. Everyone, people want to see that. They go, wow, what actually happened? The same thing, I think, with your book. When people love the book are going to be like, wow, I want to know about this. Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and also when you've done a lot of that base investment in a fantasy world, then I think it's a good idea to use it for more cool stories down the line, so to speak, when you invested a lot of time building that underlying structure, detailing things like deities, places, and stuff like that. Yeah,
100%. And Limora will actually be a game setting.
Beautiful.
It's actually
cool.
Full circle. So it started because of a game. And now people will actually be able to play in that game setting.
You've done the opposite from a lot of other game settings where you have the game and the setting, and then they do novels for it. But you started with the novels, which I think might be smart. Look at Cosmere, for instance. Good example of something that started as a novels and stuff. Yeah, so that's great.
Bella has 2 questions. How do you pronounce the main protagonist's name? And Vale is the other one she wants to know. Vasily.
Yeah, so it's Zalia and Vasil.
There you go, Zalia and Vasil.
Cool.
Good one.
Yep.
So you said that there's very few elves, but it was Zalia is a half elf.
Yes, the one and only.
Really? Okay. One half elf.
That's cool. And so her origin story, I can't go into it too much.
Right.
But her origin story actually is what set up the entirety of the series.
Okay.
Yeah, and so, like, it doesn't seem like a big deal when you're actually reading the books, but,
Yeah.
like, as the creator, she was the beginning of everything in general, but her specific, well, how do I actually have a half elf? Wow,
Right.
say that 3 times fast.
Yes.
How do I have that in this world where elves
Yeah.
no longer exist,
Well, at
right?
least she's over
And
500 years old.
well, you'd have to read to find out.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
But one question
That's great.
about that. Was that part
Yeah.
of your origin story of the character originally for the campaign that you then
Probably expanded.
developed further for the book?
So she in the original campaign setting, elves were going extinct, and so it was rare to see a full-blooded elf. The halves were far more common
Yeah.
now. And so when I was transitioning into my own world, I wanted to make that an extreme. Um, and because I wanted to kind of break away from, the Tolkien verse of like the
Yeah.
elves are, they can live for a very, very long time normally. And so it's like, they have how are they not the top species? Because,
Yeah, meaning
they
why
live
aren't
the
they
longest.
enormous amount of? They must breed very slowly, so to speak. They must have
Right.
very few babies, otherwise there will be
Yeah.
elves everywhere. Yeah.
Exactly. So I kind of, in my world, we
Yeah.
go by sigil years. And so sigil years are essentially the maturity of years lived. And so an elf is at half pace with a human as an
Ah.
example. And so if an elf is 20 sigil years old, they have actually been on the planet for 40 years.
Okay.
And it's just
Yep.
their maturity is at 20. And so,
Yep.
like, I've kind of solved that
And they
issue.
learn slower too, so to speak. They
Yeah,
mature slower.
yeah.
Okay.
So
That might be a pain when you get into role-playing games if they have a character that progresses half as fast as the others.
you
Yeah.
just gotta age them up.
Well,
But
that's true. Yeah.
yeah. EXP and, like, things like that, that's all dependent on the system. So,
Yeah.
like, that it's just essentially how time works in my world, because
Yeah.
as a novelist, I think it's dumb
Yeah.
that elves are, like, this superior species, and, like,
Yeah.
yet they aren't always treated as such, or,
Yeah.
like.
And that was one question that I was kind of
Yeah,
keen or curious to ask,
yeah,
meaning
yeah,
how difficult it is to take something from a novel where you can have a lot of liberty in coming up with cool
yeah,
stories, you can express yourself freely, but once you put it into game mechanics, it becomes much more rigid and restricted, and you have to build
yeah.
limitations and all of that stuff. Meaning, how difficult is that process, or in your case, so to speak, how difficult was it to kind of quantify things that you have to do when you, or maybe you don't have to, maybe you can have a very open-ended or open-minded game system. I don't know. Yeah.
I find that when I was kind of adapting essentially
Yeah.
my world, it not much had to change in the world setting because I'm not putting mechanics to it. So
Yeah.
it's really just about
Okay. Yeah.
translating that lore in a way that a game master or a player can essentially see and find themselves in, and like the different archetypes, right? Like, here are the different classes as an example, or here are the different schools of thought that you can essentially follow.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
I would say that things like time, just leave out. I may
Okay.
write it different,
That's smart
but
way of doing it.
yeah, I was like trying to explain how time works in a game setting. It is beyond ridiculous, I feel, because people may take it too literal. Other people may
So
not take it like enough. And so I was like, I'll give you the seasons and like
but
the
no,
special holidays,
beautiful.
but I won't tell them, like, how many days in a year, or, like, I'll give them a timeline, and they can kind of go off of
So
that as they wish.
it's a great point, Tiffany, because there's nothing wrong with what I'm about to discuss, right, Anna? Anna and I have two different concepts.
We have very, very different
Anna
play styles
is, I need to
in
know
this.
the
Yep.
exact minute, day, time, how everything works, why these
Kind of.
orcs,
Yep.
Love
where these
that.
orcs get
I
I'm
food,
very,
where
yeah.
that cow gets its food from. For me, I'm just like, I don't need to know any. It's a fantasy setting.
Jay
know
is
what I
like,
mean?
there's a cow there now.
There's a cow
Come
there,
on,
man.
let's
Good.
kill it. Yep.
All right, great.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And for me, it's like bad TV editing on it's on my campaign.
Mhm.
I may have run an adventure here, but the other group I may run it back before that one even ran, but I'm not going to tell them. Right? Because I have 28 different active adventuring
Mhm.
groups. I can't run it linear. I can't do it, So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
there's
just
a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. So yeah. It's always twilight. Well, it was yesterday morning there. No, yeah, it was getting dark. Yeah, because there's a bunch of dark elves. So, but yeah, talking about yesterday's game.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a different style of DMing. That's all. So I get you.
Yeah.
Where you're coming from on that.
Yeah, and I am someone, obviously, I created the time, like, I created all
Right.
these things in a calendar. I did that because I just I was going crazy already, so I was like, "You know what? Let me just do it anyway." So there's things like that, that exist in the world, but when it's translated into the game setting, it's really made up for
Right.
there's a reference there for people like you, Anna, who are like, I need to know these things, but
Yep.
it's not built into this is exactly how it works.
Yeah.
So I take out some of those
There we
very
go.
specific details to make it
Yeah.
easy for anyone to kind of walk in the world.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things, meaning I like Greyhawk just because it has a lot of white space, so I can go and
Mhm.
define it my
Right.
way. So I'm not sure that I would like a game setting
Yeah.
that has all the minutia. I like a loosey
You like
goosey game setting, so I can go in and define it the way I want to in my campaign. So that might be smart. But some other people might be like, oh, I want all the details so I can just use them. I
Yeah.
want a lot of things undefined in the books, and then I want to define
Yeah.
it my way, so to speak. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And there is like the time scale of like, here are the major events
Yeah.
that happened. The books, like all the events that happen in the books are made mention of, because these are the Legends of Limoria. They
Mhm.
quite literally
Yep.
shaped the continent, like shaped the realm. And so it's important that their history is in there too.
Yeah.
But
I,
I obviously don't spoil
Right.
everything that happens in the books, but I do have to spoil what events occurred in the books.
Yeah, I just want to mention one awesome. Bella's Deadly has a wonderful comment. That cow has plush armor.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
think
gosh.
that's an awesome comment. Thank you for that one. That made me laugh. That's awesome comment. Yep.
Check the cow.
Yep. The
Yeah,
cow
the
has
cow,
plush armor.
I can't even imagine. But we'll
Yeah.
we'll,
Oh,
we'll go away
so
from
good.
that because Anna
Oh,
and I
no, but
always get in that
that
discussion.
was an awesome comment. I love that comment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
that
Yep.
was that
Made me
was
laugh.
funny.
Yep.
All right, so do you have a date for book 4 and 5?
I do not have a solid date for either of those books just yet,
Okay.
because they're with the editor and things like that right now. So yeah, I won't have a date till they're actually finalized, and then I'll
Okay.
have those release dates. But I do
Excellent.
know they're this year.
Great. That's fantastic.
So 5 years. That's how long. 5 years, 5 books.
That is pretty impressive.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Wow, 1 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like I'm not
wow.
getting anything done now.
That's all.
This is-
That's like Ed Greenwood writing level, Anna.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I love it. So
Yep.
inspiration taken.
Yep. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Mech Boy asked, what other books have you written? I can't find them. Have you written any other novels, or is it all in campaign setting books for other companies?
So it's been in a variety. So
Okay.
I'm in 7, I think 7 different anthologies.
Okay.
So I'm in like Anthology of the Damned. I'm one of the contributing writers there.
I post a link here to your book page on
Yeah.
the library page on your
Yeah.
site. Yep.
Yeah, all of them are pictured there. So you're able to see all the titles that I've contributed in, except I guess I don't have a picture of the Marsal on that one, which is novella side story to the Legends of Limora. And I did get bullied into writing that one by my readers. They were very adamant that they wanted more Vessiel. They were
Passionate
like,
readers.
what
Yep.
happened to him
Oh, there you
in
go. That's great.
time frames? they're like, we need more information
Yeah.
Okay.
on this.
That's the thing when you do good work in this
Yeah.
field, the reward is more work.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, but in terms of the games I've done, you can find the ones I've done for Luke Gygax on his Patreon. I've done the Hymn to the Hollowed and the Wreck. So those are 2 adventures I've done that are available on their Patreon. Or maybe in their individual issues on the Gary Con site, maybe. And then RuneQuest isn't out yet, so that's an ongoing project. The stuff I've done for X Crawl is in the Crawl for the Cure, and I don't know if that's released yet.
Okay.
Nordic Skulls is the thing I did a little seed for them. That's in their project that's being like just finished doing their Kickstarter for. So all the things that I essentially am in are either like in the process of being printed and distributed or still in the works for those things. I've only been in writing for games in the last like year or so.
Wow.
Like, in the last year and a half. Yeah. So
Nice.
I've been primarily an author and marketer, and then and things
now
like
you
that.
move more into the game space as well, so to speak.
Yeah. And because I'm a writer, it just kind of naturally transitioned into this. So yeah.
So I see.
It's
Bella says she's obsessed, which is awesome.
Yes.
Don't be a fangirl during the games, Bella. Okay, you got to be, because you're a good player and all. And so let me.
that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you will be on. Let me go here real quick. Let me bring this up. And next 2 Mondays.
Yeah.
2 Mondays, and there may be 1 or 2 other new players, but right now we got you and we got Myriad and Bella gonna make new characters as well. Level 3 or 4, and we're gonna get a new group going. That's all I need is another group. And I'll have 29 adventuring groups in my campaign, but that's perfect. So I know you will. Bella. It'll be fun. And that'll be 8 o'clock, probably 8 o'clock EST on Monday the 2nd. So there you go.
I can't wait.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll have a real good group of players for that. So all books. If anyone here orders, they get it signed. Correct? Signed copy.
If you buy from my site directly, yes,
this site here. Yes. Okay, everyone. Yep. So if you want to order it from this site, definitely. Let's see what else we got here.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can get them from Barnes and Noble or Amazon or any of the other, major retailers.
Okay. Blogs.
Yeah. So something I do for each of my characters is I create Spotify playlists for them.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And
that's a great idea.
Because it helps me when I'm writing their scenes. So my Spotify Wrapped, is I know what characters, because my top songs are always songs of me having them on repeat when I'm writing specific scenes, or I'm writing for a specific character. And so like all of my top 5 songs I'm like, oh, I was writing that scene and that one.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Because it just makes me level in, like I call myself a method writer, because I like to actually experience things. Like I learned how to shoot a bow because Zali is an archer. I learned how to sword fight. I learned how to ride a horse, bareback and saddle. I know what it's like to run until your legs quite literally give out. Like I've done those things because I wanted to write with authority. I've spoken to veterans, about their experiences on the battlefield. I've interviewed historians, and if I'm gonna write something, that means I'm writing with authority because I'm giving my opinions on the thing. And so I just really like to ensure that my information is accurate.
That's great. Yep.
Yeah. I like to do the research.
Is that an art rendering of a stained glass window, or is that an actual stained glass window? The pictures.
It is my artist Xavier does all of my stained glass for all the different characters.
Wow, that's awesome.
Looks so cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Thank you.
That is
and now
really
I have
cool.
a Spotify playlist to go over to listen to as well. Thank you. That's
Beautiful.
great. Yeah.
Man, that's a great
Yes.
idea. Such a great idea.
Mhm.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I usually put a Spotify playlist for my campaigns. So for my
thanks, Miss.
Shieldlands campaign, I had a Spotify playlist as well that I
Oh,
used. Yep.
yeah. Heck
That
yeah.
was for each episode when I planned and did prep and stuff. I put together a Spotify playlist, and some of my players and I was there was like certain events that it's perfect
Yeah.
kind of
You're like, this is
theme
it.
song
Yeah.
for it. So yeah.
I
So I
love that.
put in there. Yep, that was one 12-minute long song of Heilung that I was kind of, this is so good for this one and stuff. So I kept doing it. So I loved it that you done it per character. That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The saddest one is Kadrin. Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I think if you click on any of, like, if you actually go to my Spotify, you can find more characters. I have not put them all on my site, but the one that I go to and I'm really feeling it, I go to Kadrin's. I love that man so much. It's one of my favorite characters I've ever written in my life.
What what's the
he's just-
connection without a spoiler? What is your, like, is he
Well, it's not a spoiler.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
he's Zalia's love.
Okay.
So Kadrin is like the love of her life.
Okay.
So that's not a spoiler. But
Okay.
I may have projected my dream man onto Kadrin. I'm like, this is it right here. Kadrin.
Wow. That's a little bit too much information for my audience there, Tiffany, because you're
yeah,
gonna
I
have
think
all these
that's
guys
good
acting
one.
at Gary Khan like this dude now. You know, so oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yes.
You know what?
That's great.
Yeah.
That's actually a good thing because Kadrin's a great guy.
Yep.
So everyone
wow.
You made them have you forced them to put in an effort here now. They have to
100%.
Yeah, they have
he listens, he's generous, like he's caring, you know.
It sounds like Josh Pop. I'm just kidding. We know Josh is happily married too, everyone. You know, but yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Basile, you know, a lot of people know Kadrin being like one of my favorite characters, but Basile is by far a fan favorite. Everyone loves Basile. He is the comedic relief, and so many people have shipped him with many other characters in my world because you know, he's just, anyone could really be a good pair for him because he's just a genuinely fun-loving guy.
Action
so it's always very funny to see what people.
Action Surgeon chat just said, "You had me till quote unquote listens." Sorry. That's funny. We're gonna get a lot of jokes now. It's fun. All in good fun. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So Bella, do you think Tiffany would love Quentin and as an NPC in my D&D campaign? Which I want to see what the response to that is, or all the other crazy characters we have in our campaign.
We
setting.
got Fritz jokes in chat too.
We gotta keep Fritz far. Curtis, who runs Tower of Gygax. So I don't know if you got down there last year over at the Tower of Gygax.
I did take a peek at it. Yeah, I did. I was looking at it.
He took over a character of mine, an NPC, Fritz Winchester, who's like, he's the black sheep of the Winchester clan, and he's kind of a slime ball, but you know, that Curtis plays him brilliantly. Yeah, so Fritz, no Fritz.
Those are a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun, but they're not husband material. Yeah.
Hey, they're for somebody.
Yeah,
they are for somebody.
Yes, I have an establishment in my Free City of Altamira that he frequents the Tickling Feather. So just note, you can figure out what kind of town, what location that is. And also Ed Greenwood's character hangs out there with him, so that makes it even. Yes. So there you go. So Ravalantar. Yeah. Hey, Star. So yeah, lots of fun. But that's great. That was a great little inside information tidbit there. So there you go, guys. It's all on you now. So yeah, have at it. So it sounds like what I love about this discussion, you love what you've written, and just it's like fun for you. It's not tedious.
No, yeah, it's all fun. I feel very lucky to do this for a career.
That is great.
It feels a little surreal.
That's so wonderful. And so
Yeah.
you said you have a GUI cube. You have a special project. Is your world going into the GUI cube?
With Chaosium.
Oh, Chaosium. All right. It's
yeah,
got to be going somewhere.
I mean, I don't know.
Right.
I'm friends with Alphinius and the GUI
Right.
Cube guys, so I mean, maybe one day.
Okay.
Nudge, nudge, but not anything that's planned.
Okay.
Currently.
No, but that's.
But
sounds like
Chaosium, I do have a secret little project I'm working on for them right now, amongst a small team of people. So
if it's RuneQuest based, that's awesome because it's a good game. It's definitely a good game. A lot of people love that as an alternate to D&D, and there's a lot of alternates to D&D now, Anna, right? Lots of stuff, lots of them out there. So
I think this is going to be great for people who want to get into RuneQuest, and so I think it's just going to be a really good introductory and something that can proliferate the system. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Any questions about Tiffany's first 3 books in chat without giving away spoilers or anything like that? Anyone have any questions? And how about you on those? If not, we'll go.
I'm so keen to get into game design. I'm so like
all right.
yes,
all right.
yeah. But we So let's see if anyone has any more kind of book questions here. Yep.
Let's go to Red Rose Works then. All right. I apologize. Was Jerry? Was she there last year at GaryCon? I don't. I'm sorry. Okay. I came across you a lot more than she. So okay. All right.
Yeah, so she's actually the organizer for all those panels. So she's the curator for all of them.
Got it. Okay.
She does all that background work. Myself and Christopher D. Schmitz, who's another author and game developer as well, all 3 of us help manage it during the con time.
Okay.
So we all 3 of us do a lot of the moderating for those.
Okay. Okay.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
Well,
but she's the backbreaker. She's the one that does all that heavy lifting all year to get those running.
Especially if you're doing multiple cons. I can't even imagine doing it like 6 seminars at each con. Oh my gosh. A lot of
Well, we go to a lot of events. So the most we've ever done in a year was 46. We did 46 different events in a year.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I usually have like 3-4 seminars per con. Yeah, that's and then run a game. That's about it.
But Anna, we're doing
a
other
few
stuff
other events
behind the scenes. You're doing other stuff, a lot of special projects, and
especially at GaryCon, I'm helping setting it up and tearing it down too. So, but it's So then I have my own seminar, and then I'm usually on a panel for 2, maybe 3 others.
Yeah. We also
which I think is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely prefer when I have under 12 hours of things on my schedule.
Oh yeah, because you need a lot of time to go around socializing, and people always want to talk to you and stuff like that. So that
that and also my booth.
Oh my God,
you have a booth too. Yeah.
Well, I like what's her name? Was that her name? Lavender.
Lavender, yeah.
Yeah, she was there at Page. She was nice.
That's my best friend. So we've been friends since we were kiddos, and she's just been one of my biggest cheerleaders in doing this because she read all of my beginning stuff.
Oh, cool.
So she suffered through all of it.
So she did the drive out back and forth with you, basically.
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
She was my passenger princess. Yeah.
So then you have her help out in the booth and stuff.
Yes, no, that was a tremendous help because normally like running around and all the things like that, it's hard to manage all
But you need to have someone to help you with the booth. When you run a booth, you need to have at least one booth helper, so to speak. And I did that for Gen Con for like 8 years. 8 Gen Cons I was working in booths.
Wow.
And and it's a lot of fun, but it's really tough work too, because you have to stand there for 8 hours a day or 8 hours a day and talk to people not the entire time, but a lot, so to speak. A long time. But it's also a lot of fun. So I can recommend it. If you want to get into a con, that's a great way of helping out.
You get a free in. And
exactly. Yeah.
You also can get paid, or you can get like all your stuff covered doing that.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm currently trying to solidify my Gary Con booth helper.
Yeah.
I'll be running around yet a lot at that one.
Yep. So you can leave, and when you
Mhm.
want to go seminars and someone drags you along to some other event, whatever it is. So yep.
That's yeah. I could not stand at a booth. I mean, I did enough of that at my job in the '90s and early 2000s. No
Mhm.
more. Right? I
Yep.
just
Yeah.
conventions.
But
They're
I'm still
tough from
fed up. I didn't do that
that
much.
aspect. They're
Yeah,
tough.
previous. So yeah.
It's tough to do.
They are.
Yeah, definitely tedious.
Yeah,
But
I love being behind my booth.
But-
It's my safety net. It's
but-
like I call it. It's like my emotional support buffer.
Oh yeah,
Right.
then you have a home at your convention where
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
little zone, so to speak. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. I
It's
love
kind of
my
very public, but it's still yours. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's my zone of I know how all the things are here. Like I
Mhm.
know
Right.
everything that exists within this space.
Yep.
Rob Phantom NJ just bought all your books on Kindle. There you go. Because
Oh, thank
he's going
you.
away. He's going
Mhm.
away on a trip. Rob's a
Oh
regular of
yeah,
mine on
perfect.
Saturday, so he
Yep.
won't be in your game. He would probably be in your game if he was here, but he's going away out of the country for 2 weekends. So
Oh,
Ah,
it
so
just happens.
that's perfect to have Kindle
Yeah,
books then.
yeah,
Yep.
definitely.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
enjoy. Thank
yeah,
you.
absolutely, Rob. Have some fun with that. So, one question about the books. What's the main biome setting for the first book?
We start off in the Vermilion Forest, which is essentially like trees that are as big as houses. Like they're massive in terms of their width, and they're so tall that you can't quite see up to the foliage. That's how tall they are. And we spend some time there because that is the location of the Automina clan. And so it is a magical forest with plentiful resources. So it gets rejuvenated. So you cut down a tree and it'll grow right back.
Very cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So where the Felguard country actually gets most of their money is through timber,
Mhm.
because it falls within that country. So they make a lot of money selling their timber to all the different countries in the realm.
Okay, awesome.
Fun little tidbit that never is really talked about.
Well, Varl's appreciative of the answer. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Someone named Provoked Soups knows you. I don't know if you know.
Yes,
Okay.
I do know who that is.
Fun fact about Rose as a DM: she will yell at you for forgetting dice.
That is not true. I bring dice.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're my friend, I will scold you. But I have like 12 different pairs of dice for people in case they do forget dice, because it actually happens a lot more than you think
Mhm.
at a gaming event.
Mhm.
But Provoked Soup actually gave me a big bag of dice to also hand out to people at
Nice.
events. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was cute.
I
Yep.
imagine she's still all kindness and smiles there, Alex. Tom said.
Yep.
Yeah, but maybe sometimes. Sometimes,
Yeah, you get
the nicest person can get annoyed by some people. You understand that. We all
Oh
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually you
Absolutely.
lose patience. Yep. Mhm.
Because it's not a
Yes.
picnic at
There's
at
a
all
time
times.
there's limits.
Sure,
Yeah.
there's limits on kindness. Absolutely. All right. So, your company here, you and Jerry are what? Jerry's Red and you're Rose. That's a great name. And
Yeah.
begin your
Now I
journey.
understand why the red rose comes
Right.
from.
So
Yeah,
if you come
that's so
here,
fitting.
Clicking
Yeah.
games, why isn't it? All right. So you got your one-page dungeons here. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Wait a minute.
PPD.
One
Yep.
PPD. Did I
Yeah.
click
So
the
it took you down there.
Yeah, here we go.
No, right there.
Right here. Okay.
One page dungeons.
All right. Tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, so all of those you're seeing right there are agnostic game settings. So you can play them with any system, ones that we've created or ones that you're familiar with, like Dungeons and Dragons. And we have 2 worlds. So we've built out 5 adventures in the Gloaming Vale world and 5 adventures in Hindenburg's Redemption. So you have your dark fantasy world in the Gloaming, and you have your steampunk in Hindenburg.
Okay.
But they're just one-shot adventures that you can pick up and play. And we've done all the hard work for a GM. So we've created the missions, the premise, the NPCs, the encounters, the puzzles. We've done it all. And so we've just done it nice and neat on the back of those pages. So that way you have it all right there for you.
Okay.
Pre-gens as well?
So in our systems, you actually create your character in under 10 minutes. So,
So then no biggie. Yep.
exactly. In the D4, which is one of our systems, you actually create your character in under 2 minutes. It's that quick and easy. So it depends the system. If you're playing with things like 5e, because the settings are agnostic, we can't generate those character sheets utilizing our one sheets just because of the fact that it's totally dependent on the game system that they're playing.
So you have one game system for each dice.
Mhm.
That is
That's pretty interesting.
really, that's an interesting, cool approach to it. So
Yeah.
now I'm getting even more curious. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
is
kind
neat.
of, you don't make it easy on yourself.
No.
Instead of doing one game system, you make 1, 2, 3, 4,
Here they
5,
all
6
are, right
of the
here.
7 of them.
Yep,
Yeah.
here they all are.
Yeah. And a
Wow.
poly rule set too for all of them. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, we wanted to do it all, and that way, there's literally no reason why someone wouldn't want to buy these.
Yeah. So what was the incentive to make a rule system? Meaning, well, D&D is kind of become a D20 centric rule system, but what are the other incentives, or what do the differs? Meaning, why a D4 system, and why would you choose a D8 system or a D20 system, and what's the design ideas around it, so to speak?
So each of the dice is a completely different mechanic. So the D4 is so rudimentary that anyone could literally understand how the game is played because it's a yes or no system. The character creation is all about what are you focused on in your mission. So in the D4 system, you're either self-focused, others focused, or environmental focused. And so based on that, you gain a different benefit or burden towards your character and what you can do in the game. And how the mechanics work is a 1 or a 2, you fail, or a 3 and a 4, and you succeed. And so it really leaves it open to.
So it's like if half. It's a coin toss every time you do something.
It's literally
wow.
50-50.
Yeah.
Yes, but the D4 is what you use for everything. So it is your health die.
Does it come with like can you get better at things? So it's not a 50% fail chance, or how would that work?
It's all about creative decision, right? And whether or not something succeeds or doesn't succeed is totally up to faith. So it's so simplistic and rudimentary that like a kid could learn how to play.
Yeah. So players and reviewers who complain that the D20 is swingy, they have never played the D4 system. Come on, you say that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it also provides much more of a creative challenge.
Yeah.
So the D4, we always say the lower the die, the harder the dungeon, because the lower that die becomes, that's your primary decision die, and oftentimes what shapes the character. And so it becomes grittier and grittier in terms of your success rate.
Do you have a more wouldn't that be more like more soft game system in that way, that it becomes more of a story based rather than hard? If you fail, you die, you're dead, so to speak. You can't really have that system if everything is a toss up. Then it should be more like a system to support storytelling and stuff like that, rather than
100%. Yeah. And it's always fun because the GM is the one that in my true belief, the GM sets the tone for any game, not the system. Sure. So because the GM is controlling essentially the consequences and rewards of success and failure in whatever regard that is. And so in the D4 system, I've seen it, Jerry and I have both run it, but we run it very differently. All the mechanics are still the same, but the way that we reward or essentially punish our players, and the way that we weave those stories and the way that we bring them into telling that story completely changes how the game is played. And I think that's all about tonality and essentially what the GM wants to do with their players. My favorite system is the D6, and that's
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I'm a big resource management person. I like when there's an act like a skillful management challenge of like, okay, if I only had 10 rolls per game because I'm a warrior, I have to manage and keep track.
That's a very interesting games mechanic. You only have
Yeah.
this many rolls per game. That means that's
Yeah.
a bit like spell slots. Do I burn it
Yeah.
now or do I save it for
Right.
later?
And so
Wow. Yeah.
it's a team sport in the D6.
Mhm.
Like you have to
Yeah.
lean on each other and lean into your role very specifically
Mhm.
to maximize your efforts. And
Yeah.
so there's a few different classes that you can choose from, like warrior, survivor, face, mystic. So there's different options, and each of
Yeah.
them have a different action dice pool.
Yeah.
And so that's
One
how many pool dice they can essentially utilize in the
Yeah.
game.
One other question. Do each rule system, like the D4, D6 and so on, are they geared towards a specific genre or could they be played with any genre?
Anything.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
So we created it where everything is on a single page. So your full character creation, how all the mechanics work, probability checks, all of that, how to run it as a
That
GM.
is a challenge, meaning when most game system goes up to 120 pages or
Exactly.
200 pages or something. So yeah.
Yeah, but they're full comprehensible
Yeah.
systems that we showcase it all over the
Mhm.
country, where
Yeah.
we literally have players on a stage who have never played this game before, and we run them through it full from character creation to the full adventure, in that time frame. So they
Yeah.
all showcase how easy it is to just pick
Yeah.
it up and play.
Do they get more complicated or advanced or whatever term you want to use where there's more facets? So would a D8 or D20 be more advanced than or more complicated, so to speak, than a D4 or D6?
I would say like I don't think it's a scaled system. There are ones that are more complicated and
Yeah.
have
But they
more.
still have to fit on one page, so that
They all
limits
fit on
the
one
yeah.
page. Yeah,
Mhm.
but
That
Very
limits
cool.
the number of
yeah,
rules you can put in there or subsystems and stuff. So yeah.
yeah. So it's so dependent. Like I would say, I think probably the D10 is
Mhm.
probably our most complicated system, in my opinion, but it's not because it's hard to learn, it's just there's new mechanics. So there's a
Mhm.
rebirth in that one where you start as a born, so you're like waterborn, entity born, etc. And you essentially cycle through your 3 different phases of life every time you die.
Excuse me.
And there's a harmony token because you take damage in certain environments. And so you can find your harmony token to essentially find peaceful shelter in those toxic environments, depending on which born you are. So it's just like, it's not that it's hard to understand, it's just
Yeah.
a unique.
Do you know what you will end up when you die, so to speak?
Yes.
Or okay, yeah. So you can almost use that as an asset. You can go and yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
that's an interesting. Oh, a lot of cool ideas.
So
Oh,
I
you're
Yeah.
giving me ideas here. This is awesome. Yeah.
right here, is that your map for your world? Right here?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Limora, that green
Okay.
one.
Where's that
Mhm.
available? Is that available on this site?
Yes. My map, it's in all of the books,
Okay.
and, yeah, I think
Okay.
it's all in all of the books. I have not put it elsewhere yet. I know it's one of those things I wanna get up on the website, I just haven't
Okay.
had time to
That's
do
cool.
all the tedious little admin things in my life with all the words. Like, this last year, I did over 1,000,000 words written.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I don't have time a lot to do all the things I want to do to maintain the business and, like, update all the sites and things, but,
You gotta live your life sometime at some point, you
oh,
know?
I
Yeah.
very rare.
Okay. Dungeon
I
D-
live in these 4 walls.
yeah. Dungeon Race RPG. Let's see what we got here. All right. Oh, that takes you right back here. So this is it. This is the new one. This is the new RPG experience.
Yeah, so that one is coming later this year. So that's
Okay.
the big one, as we like to call it. But it's actually been like touring for 2 years. Jerry and I, this was her baby originally, and she brought me into it, and we've developed it further together. But this is the scalable faction race where we bring in our worlds, like so Limoria is going to be playable in this, and Earth After the Melt, her books are going to be playable in this.
I see that.
But it's scalable from anywhere from 6 players to 42 players at its maximum. So
42 players?
we're all playing together at the exact same time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so we'll actually be doing that at Warp Storm on February 15th. We will have a 42-person tournament in the dungeon race system. So there'll be 42 players, 8 GMs, all running this together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my. That sounds. Where's that being held? At a con?
Warp Storm is a game store in Greenfield, Wisconsin, so just outside of Milwaukee.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it's super exciting. We launched at Gen Con 2 years ago. And we ran through a few hundred players in that weekend. And
that's what I've been able to do in 3 years.
Yeah.
that tells the tempo difference here. Yeah.
Well,
yeah. And that's because
awesome.
we were running 2 tables at a time for 1 game slot. And so we had a full team of GMs. I think we have a picture of us right there. If you scroll down a little bit, that was our GM team there in the background. We had all our GMs essentially helping us out from literally 8 in the morning till 2-3 in the morning. We ran games from that time slot every single day at Gen Con. So we worked with Sanctuary at Homestead, who we've continued like working with them at Gen Con every year, and then Lurking Fears. We also worked through them to get all these tables at Gen Con.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's a long time to just, wow. Yeah, it probably was a blast. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, it was so fun. So we have these giant game bags that literally have 2 tables worth of setup in them. So because we were like, we need to be able to have these for all these different games at all these different times. And so we were all lugging these black duffel bags very suspiciously through Gen Con. So you're running back and forth because our event areas were the stadium and then the hotel. And so literally on opposite ends of the
and that could be like 2 miles trek to go from one end to the other. If you're at the JDW Marriott
Tiffany, I feel you. I am always, this year I'm not. I'm always in the one building at Gary Con, right? In the suites down there. And my games are all in the what do you call it? The chop house in the morning, right? Behind the glass. With all my terrain. So I'm usually And last year, can you imagine? So I got all this stuff on the damn cart thing, running people over with it, because I don't know how to drive it and all, but it's just a nightmare. I can understand that.
That was 2 years ago
back and forth. Oh my
2 years.
God. Yeah, go ahead, Anna.
And 2 years at GaryCon, I literally had the room that was second most furthest away from everything. That was one other room that was further away than everything else. That was by the forum, past the forum. There is like one little section of like 10 rooms that are like literally half a mile away from the main part, and it was I got to exercise. It was like 3,000-4,000 steps just go back and forth a few times. Yeah.
And
then last year, we literally got the closest rooms. That was awesome.
I don't have one this year. I have no cane anymore. Nothing. I was out shoveling snow for an hour and a half today. So no more woe is me on that. So by the way, if you want all the adventures that they've done, here it is, right? 20 of them.
Yeah, so that is 10 adventures. So you have the full 5 of the Gloaming Vale, the full 5 of Hindenburg's. There are 4 other adventures that are not included.
Okay, but all the rule sets.
Yeah, but then you have 2 rule sets. two
Two
rule
one
sets
page.
in that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
So you have you have the D12 and the D10 in the flip book.
Okay.
So that's our primo book, as we like to call it, because you get pretty much the full scoop of what is one-page Dice Dungeons in a full collective that is half off. Because if you were to buy each of those sheets individually, it would be $60, but
Very cool.
instead it's only $30.
Okay.
So you're literally, it's like the deal of a lifetime. You know?
It's cool.
The
Awesome.
cheapest system you will ever buy.
Yeah.
Because we sell all the loose leaves at $5 a page.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. If you're going to do it, that's where to go, everyone. That's definitely a great deal. So just wanted to point that out. All right,
That's
what
our
else?
biggest seller.
Well, yeah,
events.
absolutely, because you're getting a lot of content. You're getting some ideas on
Yeah.
systems. 100%. What's this
Yes.
button on coaching?
Huh.
What is this all about?
So we have the Working Writers Mastermind, which is essentially 100 some hours of content of us teaching people about how to do this full time in the industry. It's like just a full package. So it's literally all those courses. We used to do it live every Tuesday, and we did that for over a year.
Oh, okay.
And so we just uploaded all of that into this one packaged course, where now you can literally have it all in one go. And Jerry and I, we also do coaching individually as well. So we help people who are starting off in their writing career and just need help writing a book, to those who are wanting to do, full scale productions. And so like they're starting their full business and everything. We want people to be in this industry, and we want to encourage people to do what's best for them. And sometimes not everyone has collaborators. Not everyone is in the network where they have access to this information.
Right.
And so we want to be the sounding boards and the builders. And so we want to help, lift everyone else up. The rising tide, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Look, DMing and putting an adventure in a notebook and writing are two separate things. And I've learned that. I've learned that the hard way.
Yes,
Yeah.
very different.
Yeah, 100%. I'm dropping frames, everyone. Are you still there? Yeah, I dropped a couple frames. It's weather. It's weather.
Yeah, you look a little bit iffy from time to time. Yeah, that's true.
1 second.
Yeah.
I think it's back. Yeah, we should be okay.
Yeah. It's
ice storm still.
It's something we rarely have in California. We rarely have. Yeah.
Right. Well, the ice storm's still going
Southern
here.
California,
so,
we rarely have weather. Yeah.
We're okay. Looks like we're good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think we're all right. I think we're okay. Anyone else? We're still off. It's gonna chop a little bit. Yeah. We're still on. Just want to make sure I'm not dropping any more frames. Yep. Let me just say 1 second. I don't think I'm not. Yeah, I'm still dropping some frames here.
Yeah, you look a bit choppy in Zoom
choppy,
too.
yeah.
That you,
All right.
you go,
Let me
yeah,
just see.
yeah. Tiffany, you look perfect. So
Yeah,
so,
Zoom's okay.
both in
I'm gonna
reality
stand for a
and
second
in the video. So yeah, so it's a
right.
double whammy there.
Should be
Yep.
okay now, everyone.
Yep. That's yep. So perfect frame rate.
Should be back
Yep.
okay now. Looks like it's settled.
Yep.
But yeah, it's definitely the weather. So
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stand a little bit because I can't sit for very long. You're in and out, okay, but still okay. Good to hear. Yeah. All right, so
Yep.
questions from the audience, or Tiffany? Anything that I did not go over that's on either of your sites? Please, we can discuss.
Oh man, I mean,
I found one thing that
Yep,
looks
please.
really cool coming in 2026. Fiendish Fate Player's Guide. What is
Oh.
that?
Yeah, so Jason Johnson is the creator of Fiendish Fate, which is a new game system that'll be coming out this year. He's been building it for well over, I think, 2 decades. This has been something that he's test played with hundreds and hundreds, maybe even past 1,000 players. He tours with it all over the country in his test plays, and has rewritten it so many times I couldn't even tell you. But we are very, very lucky that he came to Jerry and I to publish it. for him. So we are his publishers, and so we are actually in the process of doing the layout and editing of his work, so that way we can bring it to all of you. It's a very cool system where you have to manage your resources and be mindful of the things that you can do within each turn, and there's benefits and boons. And it's in this very he's very inspired by like Cthulhu, and so it has these dark turns and these deep consequences in his system. So it's super fun to play, and even though it is a big book, he's actually made it very easy to understand. So when you're actually sitting there playing it for the first time at a convention table, he walks you through a full character sheet in less than 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
And so even the complicated casters, you can understand how everything works despite never seeing the system before. So it's actually, you just hope one of them catches. But when they all start to catch, that's the panic mode where you're like, oh my god,
yeah, because Anna seems to have that issue when it rains it pours, right, Anna? With you tend to get commissions all at the same time.
Yep.
You know, and that tends to be a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yep.
It's a true challenge to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. So one second here, I'm still dropping phrases.
Yeah, this year has been tough. I have to said no to several, but now I'm probably booked full. Thanks to Paige, I'm probably full whole next year as well.
Yay!
Yeah, bit commissions plus my Patreon work, so to speak. So it's getting crazy.
Really?
Yep.
That's
fantastic.
super cool. I love that. And
yeah. Yeah, I got a you will know about it later, Jay, but I got a probably I booked my whole commission calendar for one big project next year. So that might spill over to 2027 or 2028
so
too. We'll see. Yep. That's kind of cool. So it's a big one. So yep.
All right, I'm going to reconnect.
I'm
going to reconnect, not us, but I'm going to reconnect the stream. I'm going to reconnect it. All right.